Hi, everyone. I hope you guys are doing good. Well, I'm
Got
going
some new knuckles in town.
to, I have a little surprise for you guys. We decided, I decided, well, actually, I asked my family if they would hang out with me, and they said yes. So we're going to give a couple minutes for everybody to get here. They said yes. So this is my hottie, and this is my daughter Seisha. We call her Seish. So you see, Shelly, Seish, and Hottie. And hi, Mary. Hi, Royal. Hi, Ami. So we're going to work on, it was hashtag heart art. Hi, Lori. Hi, Teresa. So I'm going to make these little, now I made them kind of bigger, much bigger than I normally make them. These little charms. Usually I make them much smaller, but for the camera's sake, I decided to make them big enough so you could see. So this is what we're going to make now. I've made them also in the past as paperclip embellishments. So that's what I'm working on. What are you working on?
Well, I'm not exactly a crafter. I like to draw and paint, so I'm going to cheat and I'm just going to draw and paint in the heart theme. So that's
And what about
so
you?
I could just draw Shelly the whole time.
Aww. Right. You guys see my life. So what are you going to do, Sage?
What my idea was doing my inspiration of my two old drawings, and I'm
show your old drawings. Do you have them here? So these are her old drawings. We do art together as a family, so it's nice. So
turn it. I guess that would be.
This would be, I think,
that's
the right way. Yeah,
that's right.
That's one of my drawings, and I'm gonna just add more hearts to it. And
isn't this nice? Like she made this for a friend. Isn't that nice? And then.
And what else do you got?
And then this is her other drawing. Do you want to talk about this drawing?
This is a blossom tree, and the painting of this is called Blossom Wind. And yeah, I'm gonna add a blossom wind into it.
So that's her inspiration. So yes, draw and paint. Mary, I have to tell you, my hottie can really draw. He draws like you do. So for mine, I'll give you guys the supplies if you guys want to make along. So you need a piece of cardboard and a piece of wire of some sort to put in the center of your heart, and some glue, and I'm using book pages. So that's what I'm doing. So all I did was freehand cut some hearts out of card. And my packaging came from, this is like just a regular Amazon box, I think. And then what you want to do, if you're going to make it like a journaling charm where you need an eye, you want to sandwich that in between. Or if you're going to do it as a paperclip embellishment, the same thing. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I've loved everybody's artwork. And Lisa, I loved your textured hearts. They were awesome. Mary, your fan was really phenomenal. And I loved your mixed media cards, Malia. They were all really good. Everything was good. And Diana's zine was really good. You know, zines used to be popular when my kids, I remember making my first zine. Oh my gosh, my oldest daughter's going to be 29. And I remember making my first zine way back then. So I haven't made them in a long time. You know, Kathy, my hottie was named Hottie first. My hottie was named that from one of my YouTube viewers when it started back when my oldest daughter was, when I was first got on YouTube or did live streaming or anything, she was like, you can't say anyone's name without their permission. She was all permission driven, which I appreciate that. So I respected it. So we just call him Hottie. Okay, so if you're going to do it, you want to go ahead and tape your eye pin in now. I just did mine just did a little. Hi, Janet. Hi, Joni. How are you, girl? Oh, Mary, you draw just as good. Don't even think that. So you can't really see it, but it's just a little circle, and then what you want to do is you want to tape it down to your, Is he copying you?
No, I'm not copying. I'm just doodling. I'm
Oh,
looking and
oh.
doodling.
Oh, I know what you're doing.
You guys are ridiculous.
He's drawing my ear.
I have my hearts all around me. I got Seisha, I got Shelly.
You guys, I feel bad for him. You know, during during my birthday is like 2 days before Valentine's Day, and we have one of our daughters is born the 10th of February, so it's kind of a celebration month for us. So that's what you want to do if you want to secure your eye pen, and then you want to use glue, or hot glue if you have it. But I find taping it down with something and then gluing and wedging it in works. The same thing with this paper clip. You know, if you wanted to make it a paper clip embellishment, the same thing. And I've made these where they're super teeny tiny, and I like them better that way, but for video's sake, it's easier. It's better to do them bigger. Hey, Laura. How are you guys? Thanks for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. So tell me, how is everyone? How's everyone on this beautiful Sunday? And let's all give Mary, like, kudos for, you know, putting together these hops. It's so nice for everybody to be able to just hang out and art and come together in community. And I look forward to it. And it's really seen me through my recent ridiculous time, but it's really seen me through all that.
You've had some ridiculous time recently?
We're not even going to talk about it. We agreed before this hop that we're not talking about our ridiculousness. But I will tell you one ridiculousness is my hottie mailed my heat gun to Virginia already, so I've had to use a hair dryer. It's like those things when you go, oh my gosh. So it's been good. Hi, Renee. How are you, girl? I have a package coming your way soon, soon, soon. It's sitting on my desk over there. I just was going to stick some more stuff in it. Hi, Lisa. Lisa, I loved what you made, girl. I loved your texture. And I agree with you. It is hard to work in the half an hour time period that you have. Now, you guys, I've made handmade buttons this way, dimensional buttons. The 2-layer thing works better for me, but if you want to do it in one and just keep building up your paper mache, that's fine. I find that this just is like kind of cheater way, right? Like everything that I do. I kind of hack at it, you know? So, did any family art you love this? Well, you know what, Lisa? I asked them, they asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said I wanted everybody to art with me, or I wanted us to do something, you know, together. And so when I asked them today, I said, would you guys art with me? They were like, yes. They said yes without even hesitation. Well, you were kind of a little bit hesitant.
Yeah, I was.
You were like, I don't know what I want to do. So tell them what it's like growing up in a family, an artistic family. Share what's it like.
Honestly, it's kind of helpful because when you have art projects that you need to do,
Talk a little bit louder though, because I don't know how well this microphone is. So when you have art projects that you have to do, what was the rest?
like art projects for school, like usually I would not tell any of my family is my art project, so we would do it like the last minute. And but it's kind of good that a mother who is a crafting mama has a bunch of crafting stuff. So like a crafting mama brain knowledge is helpful, and also inspires me to actually use her ideas for art projects that I can actually do for myself. Either for school or personal.
You have always been a good artist. You were an artist. That's the first thing she did when she couldn't even walk, but our older daughter got her one of those it's kind of like an Etch-a-Sketch, but you could just it's pressure sensitive, you know, like you could just press on it and it would draw. She was really little. She would sit in a stroller or in a car seat kind of thing, and she would kind of do her own doodling, and it was really cool. Then when she was super little, I want to say about 8 or 9 months, she would crawl around our house and everywhere on our baseboard, she drew these tiny, tiny, tiny circles. They were everywhere. So you've always had amazing fine motor skills. And yeah, of course, and then the normal coloring on walls and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I remember my addicting self
You're
coloring all on the walls, and then you had to paint it pink.
You make art out of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So Stacia's a good artist. She can draw just about anything. And you know what I love is that every time you do some artwork, I always learn from your artwork. I think it's great. Hi, Michelle Scott. Your kids were the their posters were the best in class. I don't know if ours were the best, Johnny, but ours were okay. So, you know, ours were always. She would always tell us like right before she had to go to school or something ridiculous or
Like 3 minutes.
I'm
So
gonna have to spend the night to.
So
work
what
on
what
it.
is my superpower? I don't have very many of them, but I have one superpower, and what is that, Hottie?
What, to make a project and somehow to help your kid make a project in about 4 minutes before school when you just found out about 3 minutes before that.
Yeah, that's my superpower.
She quickly, pulls out the sewing machine
Oh
and the
my
glue and whatever. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
god. No, he would stand there
Most
and
people would say, "Well, shoot, it's too late now, right?"
hey,
Not Shelly.
hey, we all have our superpowers. That and Texas cheater cooking are my superpowers. So I find if you make your papers kind of longer than you need them and wrap them around, it works out better. And this is very fiddly. And sometimes I like fiddly. One year I tried to find them. Of course, I think I packed them all. I made the kids these little paper clips, especially when my daughters were away at school, my older daughters, and they would say all kinds of things. I'd mail it in like a letter or whatever, and I would try to, you know, sometimes they were risque. I think our daughter that's in her early 20s, her favorite one, I made her one and it said fart on it. I just thought that would make her laugh. She was stressing out during finals. She said it totally made her laugh, so she put it as she put it in her planner, in her school planner. So you can get really creative. Oh, the man gun. Oh my gosh, Michelle, he already mailed the man gun to my father-in-law's house. So don't have my man gun. So when I went to do something, I had to get a hair dryer. Hair dryers and man guns do not work the same. Okay? They just don't. They do not. Hi, Dana. Well, it's Mary's theme is heart art, and I was gonna first sew something, and then I thought, sometimes it's fun to make stuff with just what you have right there, and without like going to too much futzing. Now I made them as Christmas ornaments, and I've covered them in paper napkin decoupage, which I think is good. You don't have to do it with book pages, but seeing as I probably have more book pages, I've taken apart more books than, and have all these excess pages. And I have to say, this is one good project for those really brittle book pages from like Reader's Digest, when you like the cover, but you're not married to the content of it, So these are the steps. And an Amazon box, right? I wonder if Amazon really realizes how much people use their boxes for art supply. Hi, Miss Allie K. Mary, your fan was phenomenal. Okay, it was phenom. Loved it. And I loved Ayala's painting. Shh. I'm sorry, you guys. The dog people are coming home now. It's like 5. It's like almost 6 o'clock our time. And so they're all coming home. So unfortunately, the dog will, any little noise. The Royal thing, what a talented family. Okay, so you guys can, this is family question and answer. Okay, so let's see. What is the most annoying thing about my crafting? Let's be honest. Go for it.
I think the most annoying thing is that when you're trying to find something and you lose it, and then you ask all of us for
You
help.
stole mine. That was mine. That was mine.
Stop. Charlie's our
Oh
dog.
my gosh, we had the same one. Now you make me have to find another one? No, that's not good.
That's the main problem with the crafting person who has so much stuff around. And then she's like,
Me? Have so much stuff? No, never.
and then she's like, okay, I wanna gonna make something. Wait, I need blah blah. I can't find it. I remember I saw it like a few weeks ago. I can't find it. I can't find it anywhere. And then she asked all of us to go and look for it.
See?
And it's
I told you,
annoying.
They're gonna tell you the truth. Okay, what's one of my most annoying? Charlie, stop.
No, well, I had already come up with mine, and she started to just say exactly what I was thinking. Now,
Oh, come on, I must have more annoying things than that. You
well,
know?
I mean, the way she described it is different. When it's me, it's as if I personally took the stuff and hid it. Whatever. I made up that song about it last week.
Yes, he did. Oh my gosh.
That was
Oh
funny.
my gosh, you guys. See?
Can't remember the
See?
song
I
yet.
also remember a couple times where my mom is just in her room crafting, doing her own things.
I think I did it off. It was that guy who did the Super Bowl.
Don't sing any songs because of the copyright thing on YouTube. You can't do that.
But
They'll ban my video.
I changed the words.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You can't do that. It's copyright infringement.
Okay.
So what I'm crafting in my room, and then what I go, where is my? Is that what it is?
No, I just remember this one time I'm just in my room chilling, either playing on my phone or doing whatever I'm doing. And then mom comes and calls me, Seisha! And I'm like, yes. And I'm like, I can't find my scissors. And I'm like, okay, let me go find them. And help her.
We're like a house of 20,000 pairs of scissors, but I have like specific ones for specific things. How many of you guys have specific scissors for specific things? Like I have fabric only scissors. I have ones that I cut tin cans with, and then I have some that are free for all. But we're also all an artistic family, so it could very well be that somebody took your things.
So we all steal each other's art supplies.
We totally steal each other's art supplies. Oh my gosh.
I don't.
Yes. What? You totally do. What are you talking about?
I don't remember sneakily, okay, I'm going to steal this.
No, you just use it. You just take it.
I asked you to use it, but I don't steal it. Like no one doesn't know that it's missing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna one of the most annoying things that I do to myself is, besides not being able to find what I want, is sit down at the table and then lose it right in front of me. How many of you guys lose the supply and you haven't gone anywhere and it's like right there on your table? Oh my gosh, I drive myself insane that way. So Stacia, what is the most annoying thing about growing up in a family where you have to make things, like where everybody makes things?
Mainly someone asking you where's the thing and you have to help to find it.
That's the only thing, really? I'm surprised you guys didn't say my crafting mess.
No,
yeah, well, I'm kind of used to it, so. I'm basically
the mess
used to
is
it.
not a big deal.
The mess
If
is
you would
not
just
so-
own it completely.
The mess really doesn't drive me nuts at all. Because, like, my room, yeah, it is a mess sometimes, but I usually clean up after myself. But, like, I usually don't have to, like, worry about your mess. It's, like, your own personal space, so I just don't talk about it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Diana says yes, she loses things right in front of her and it drives her so crazy. Totally specific scissors in your house too? Yeah, well, I drive myself crazy. Like, one thing I am looking forward to is reorganizing my stash and, refining it to what I really want. This is, I have to tell you, it's a fun project, but it is totally fiddly. And if you don't like getting your hands
Refining your stash.
refining my stash to being like, because sometimes, okay, this is my problem. Everything I look at, I see an art supply in. Everything, without a doubt. Move your painting over a little bit this way so I can see it. So like purging right now, like going through my stuff, I like can see the possibility of an art supply in whatever, right?
I'm so loving this brush.
This is the baby of that big brush that he had last week or whenever he crafted with me last on my birthday.
I'm sorry.
He just has to say it.
He has to say it's great. Well, tell everybody what kind of brush you have and hold it up there so in case they want to know, in case they weren't watching on the day that we did the last thing. This is the cheaped out version of the expensive one that I bought him. It was expensive, but not as it.
The brush that goes this way, so I know everybody's looking that way. So it says connoisseur, and it is a Rissalon oval wash. Connoisseur is the company, the brand name. 046.
So that was the original one.
I have a bigger one like this.
But that was the original one that he bought himself because he didn't want to spend the money on the expensive one.
Shelly got me.
I bought him the expensive one for your birthday or something.
$100 brush, but it was on. We used the
40% coupon.
40% coupon.
Use the 40% coupon. So that's what's going on with me, you guys. And he loves that brush. You want to hold your painting up high enough? I don't know if they can see it. Can you guys see his painting?
You can see my painting.
All right,
It's,
well,
it's upside down probably, but I guess if I go like that.
Can you see his painting? Yeah, it's beautiful. You did a great job. I love it.
It's just goofing around.
Well, I'm grateful that you guys are hanging out with me and farting. We have like 9 more whole minutes. So what are the things do you guys want to talk about art wise? Let's talk about like what inspires you? Like when you want to art, what inspires you?
Mainly when I do art, it's usually either something that I really like, either like FNAF, which is a horror game that I like, that I've always liked ever since it came out, or either my feelings. Sometimes I usually do art, depends on how I feel that day.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about you, babe? What inspires you?
Well, I mean, I like the textures and shapes, and I like how the textures and shapes eventually become something that you recognize. And sometimes textures and shapes are like calligraphy.
You do really write.
So you make your mark. You make marks, and they either are a mark, which like these marks over here, and then sometimes those marks become a symbol, like calligraphy or language. And I enjoy the relationship between those things, and playing with that. So like when once I made a portrait, or it was a portrait of someone that you really love, and then I was drawing. I was using as my marks. My marks were I actually had a whole sentence for my mark, which is "I am love," and I would write that over and over again.
Oh, that was beautiful.
But that's an example of like, in that case, it's like a meditation because you're using the mark, and the mark in that case is very meaningful. The phrase "I am love." In this case, I can think the same thing while I think about a heart, or what is the most meaningful. You think about God. You think about the thing you love the most. I think about Shelly. I make the mark. The mark means Shelly. You know, it's like it.
That's sweet.
It's about when you tie together the mark making with meaning.
Well, okay. Yeah.
Not that we get too far out, but that's how. As an artist, that's how when I think of it as a meditation, that I'm making a mark that has a meaning.
Well, that's cool. Well, my hands are completely gluey.
That's how your crazy artist works.
Yeah, Beth, it's a family affair. I know he's a really good painter. You know what? I will give you guys a painting tour of his artwork sometime. Yep, Mary is up. Next, I have, I think, 7 minutes or 6 minutes, and then Mary will be. Right, Johnny? He's a really good artist. Yeah, so Joni's saying, yes, if you cut paper with my fabric scissors, I will cut you. I get it, girl. Hey, you have no idea.
I've heard that one before.
My family has used all of my good scissors. I've had to but they don't know, you know? So I totally get it. You're going to set up live? I know. Dana's saying, good job, Sage.
Oh, thank you.
I think one of the annoying things for my kids is that we have to make art we expect each other to make handmade presents, right? Don't you think so?
Mm-hmm.
Every time. And so and then if you don't so some years I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm not going to do it. And my kids will be like, what? What do you mean you're not going to do it? But then they'll be like, oh, I didn't have time. So when you live in a house of artistic people, making handmade things mean the most. At least they do to me. What about to you? You just take it for granted, right?
I really don't know.
What about you, babe?
What means the most to me being in an artistic family?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, but for us, we're always making art together.
Well, what means the most is just having kindred spirits around that I know that you actually understand where I'm coming from, like the weird stuff that I just said that maybe other people connect with. The thing is, I know that you understand me, and that we're both that we're all artists that enjoy kind of letting that stuff out, you know, and not really being judgmental about it, but just enjoying everybody's different process.
I really enjoy watching. I love watching your process, but I also love watching the kids and how they grow artistically, and what they're doing, and how it evolves. I think that's the most exciting thing for me. Thanks for the thumbs up, and thanks for the thumbs down. Whoever gave me thumbs down.
YouTube loves that, actually.
They do, actually. Do you know? I think they do. I think they like more thumbs down than they do thumbs up.
It's like they feel like it's great. Oh, they're getting thumbs down. Good.
Beth says, giving the gift you made from the heart. I agree with you, Beth. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, positively. We totally do. So we have 3 more minutes. I can't, unfortunately, but without my heat gun, I can't really dry that. But I hope you guys try this, and I hope you actually make them as paperclip embellishments. Obviously, you want to make yours a little smaller than mine are. These were just big because I've made these so many times as small, and you can put them on ATCs too if you're into that. I've made them as buttons as well. I don't know how many of you guys love handmade buttons. For a while, handmade paper buttons. For a while, I was seriously into the handmade paper button. But I have to tell you, that is a total labor of love. The handmade paper button is that is a handmade labor of love. Beth says the thumbs down means they're not into your art. It's nothing personal. Oh, Beth, I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. Yeah, and what's cool about these is, say you wanted to make them I've made them as Christmas ornaments and covered them, used bits and pieces of paper napkin decoupage on top of the book pages, or handwritten names. And then if you go back and you varnish it, you have to do it probably with a glossy Mod Podge, or you could even spray varnish it. They last, and they're very lightweight, so you can mail them for hardly nothing in a card, especially in a handmade card. So I don't know who I missed, but you guys, if I missed you, I'm saying hi to you. I apologize. Let's see. I really enjoyed everybody's. Hi, Miss Ellie K. If I didn't say hey. She says manga doodle. Seisha loves doodling manga. She totally loves manga. She read, how many mangas have you read? You read a lot.
Oh, yeah, I've read a bunch of series, but I'm kind of low down with anime and manga. So.
You're low down with anime and manga?
The most main thing I'm more interesting is the TV show called NCIS. That is seriously, it's seriously my favorite.
NCIS. You're an
Wait.
NCIS junkie now.
Yes.
It's not a bad thing.
No, it's not really.
Maybe I put the wrong one together with this one. Maybe it was this one. Well, anyway, I enjoyed making this stuff with you guys. Yeah, you guys make these. They're fun. And if you come back, I'll try to finish a few off camera, and then I'll find the book that I have. One of my daughters left her book here, and it has, I don't know, 10 or 15 of them. I used to mail it to her in letters, little tiny letters when she was away at school, and she kept them in a handmade book. Yours is coming out great, Sage.
Thank you.
So we have like 3 more minutes, and then we are gonna. I can't believe you painted that in a half an hour. I couldn't even like glue my paper down on my thing in a half an hour. How are you, Jean? How are you?
You guys made me do 3 self-portraits in like 5 minutes.
Oh, that's true. They did make you do 3 self-portraits in 5 minutes.
That would actually be something interesting to do one of these times.
What, 3 self-portraits
Something
in 5?
something kind of like what you guys had me do that time when I had.
That was fun though. It was fun for us. Probably not so fun for you. Probably was. We made him do 3 self-portraits because we were trying to.
They're like Nerf guns, and they would shoot me and tell me I had to move faster.
We did. We were good. But that was when one of our older daughters was here, and she's a really phenomenal artist. She is an amazing.
Nazi about making me work faster.
Work faster. Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up!
She enjoyed that.
Aw, thanks, Lisa. So they're saying they love your hearts, and they said those are cute. These are cute. These are fun. You know, I figured that you guys probably all painted a heart and did a heart, and I made a heart book. I've made, I don't know, hearts are my thing too. So I love hearts, as most, I'm sure all of you do too. But this was I used to make these all the time. I'll find the teeny tiny ones, but they're really teeny tiny. So you can imagine, like, this is probably 3 times the size of the ones I made. They were super teeny tiny and fit on a small paper clip and put it in an envelope. Renee says, thanks to all of us. Yeah, it was nice arting with you guys. And yeah, so I hope this encourages you to art with your family too. Oh, I love your portrait. Great job. Can you guys see his portrait? He's such a good artist.
Not really a portrait, but it was just kind of fooling around.
Well, we appreciate you guys being here with us. You guys head on over to Mary. The Mary Atelier. Hi, Jean. How are you, lady? Yeah, we're arting together as a family. Sunday night arting. So are the leaves the hearts and they're blowing away from the tree? Is that what it is? I love it.
I really don't know. I was just thinking of something to combine those two. Because I really like my blossom tree that I did, and then I also wanted to, because it's inspiring the parts, so I was adding those two together.
So what do we have? Because we're getting ready to sign off, we have to turn it around so everybody can at least see it without turning themselves upside down.
I'm sorry. I haven't mastered it. You guys, hopefully soon I'll get my new setup set up, and then you guys will art together with maybe 2 cameras or something. Thanks, Sharon. Thanks for hanging out. How are you, Miss Jean Peter Artist? How have you been? How have you been? I hope you guys have been good.
How much time do we have left, or is that it?
We're almost done. We've got a couple minutes.
Got a couple minutes?
Yeah. Hi, bye, Janet. You guys head on over to Mary. If a few of you guys want to hang out a little longer, you're more than welcome to, because Mary is going to be on. I bet you Miss Mary Atelier, she'll be on for a number of hours. We're only going to be on for a number of minutes, so hopefully before long I'll get back to live streaming on a more regular basis. Hopefully that will happen. It's just been too hectic. Thanks, Janet. Tonight was probably the most peaceful Sunday night we've had in our neighborhood. Usually there's people out there like really making loud noise. I don't know. Maybe they've all just decided. I think it was a full moon last night, so maybe everybody's recovering from their full moon activity.
Yeah, I don't know.
What was that? Full moon activity?
You know how like the full moon, sometimes people get like crazy.
Mhm.
So I don't know what their activity was, but it's usually loud on a Sunday around here. Beth, I don't know yet. I don't know exactly when our date is. Seisha's still in school. School ends here in May. And so we're going to try to stay at least for her to end school. But my hottie may go. His dad's here with him right now. And he and his dad may head back to the mainland sooner than later. But it's hard. How warm is it here? It's kind of actually chilly for us. What is it? Like 70?
Chilly. Yeah, it's that. You know how rude that is to tell people that are experiencing 15 degrees plus.
Well, no, but I'm just saying for us, it's
chilly.
not.
We're like 70.
It's 72 degrees here right now.
It's so perfect here that we think that 72 is freezing.
Well, when
that's how it is.
But when your temperature variation only happens by a couple of degrees,
I believe
can
that.
be.
I agree that it's absurd, but we get up and it's like 75 degrees, and we're like, oh, I'm so freezing.
Yes, you have to put on a jacket for that weather.
And I've got my socks. I got my flip flops and my socks on.
You know how you used to make fun of people, like, unless you've ever lived in Hawaii, I know that we used to make fun of people when I was a kid, that would wear their sandals with socks, like especially the ones that we call thongs on the mainland. Well, here they're called slippers. Well, trust me, we would be making fun of ourselves because...
I've got polar fleece on. I've got my socks and my slippers.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's cold for us at the moment, but I would say the average temperature is in the 80s, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like don't tell anybody, but it's like perfect here most of the time.
Perfect here most of the time. It is true. It's
Well,
69 where you are, Beth, and your air just came on. Oh, good for you. Yeah, and I'm originally from Texas, and I know that they had just the worst weather last week from that snow. And I remember when I was a kid and it snowed, we didn't have school just so we could play in the snow. It's so silly. Beth's in Florida. Oh, it's 49 where you are, Sharon? Yikes. Where do you live, Sharon? I love yours. You finished yours fast. Boy, you guys are fast.
I'm
not even fast.
I'm slow.
You're 40, Janet O'Burr. Oh no, 40. I have to tell you, I don't know how I'm feeling about it. Indiana, Sharon. Ooh. I don't know how I'm feeling about the cold weather. As far as we've lived here kind of a long time, so.
Honestly, I think I'll be okay with the cold weather.
You'll be okay with the cold weather?
Mhm.
I don't know if I will. I love your drawing. I think it came out great. That is a great drawing, heart for art. I think it's great. It's 33 in central Wisconsin. Oh my gosh. Stay warm. So 40 is wonderful. It got up to 70 where you are today, Arlene. Whew.
70 sounds good. Where was that?
Arlene, where do you live? I know that I should know this, where people live, but I can't remember.
That's okay, Mom. Sometimes people don't remember things. Sometimes I can't remember people's names. It takes me like a while.
Arlene, toward Northern Virginia. That's where. That's where my partner's dad is. East Tennessee. Oh, I love Tennessee. We actually talked a little bit about possibly moving. We were talking to possibly moving to Memphis. Man,
the cost of housing there was ridiculous. I mean, they also
the cost of housing.
They also had certain crime issues there and stuff. But it's like if you're willing to be on the bleeding edge of a little bit of stuff, not too much. You don't want to be bleeding too much, but when it comes to crime. But some of those places, they end up when they gentrify and go the other way, and you're like, that's where the artists usually are. We're like right on the edge.
Yeah, when I lived in New York City, I didn't necessarily
up.
live in like a posh area.
Bringing up the new stuff.
You're in
for
New
people.
York, Janet? Where in New York are you? It's 48 in Oregon? Wow, that's cold for Oregon.
It's pretty much 40, that temperature half the year.
In Oregon?
It's like raining, and then it goes
Ugh.
from rainy season to dry season. That's what they get in Oregon.
Well, I think, doesn't it depend on where you live in Oregon, too? Long Island. I love Long Island, Janet.
Oh,
Anything
shush.
within the Cascades gets the rainy season, dry season.
Well, my lovelies, how close are you to being finished? Are you finished or no? I'm asking Buddha if he's finished.
Oh, I'm definitely trying to finish.
You're not finished. Yeah, well, I get that. Well, my lovelies, somebody put Mary's link back in, and know that I love you guys, and I'll see you at Mary's next hop, which is, I think, is it the second Friday or the first? I can't remember.
I think with artists, finished is a dirty word.
Finished is a dirty word when you're an artist. Charlene says this week it'll be close to 60 in Oregon. Wow, that's warm for the winter. All right, my lovelies, take care, and I will see you guys all soon. And we love you all. And as always, from our hearts to your hearts, we're always sending you so much aloha. Until next time, bye for now. Thanks for arting with me, you guys.
Okay, cool.